we can open the canto. Now we open the canto as well as the book, you see, last book. A marvelous sun looked down from ecstasy sky. So you see, there is a sudden change now. She has cut the door and she's suddenly there up. She is in the transcendent. She is in the transcendent. Marvelous sun. Is the transcendent sun, the supramental sun. Look down from ecstasy sky, from Anandaloka. So you see, ecstasy sky is Anandaloka, the world of Ananda. From there down below, supramental sun is looking down upon this creation. On worlds of deathless bliss, perfection's home. Now, this deathless bliss, perfection's home, they are in the transcendent, the worlds in the transcendent. They are worlds in the transcendent itself. Ananda Loka or Chaitanya Loka, Satya Loka, Jnana Loka. See, they have got their own creations and their own worlds and their own possibilities there. They are there. On worlds of deathless bliss, perfection's home, magical unfoldings of the eternal smile. So what are these deathless worlds? They are the unfoldings of the eternal smile, capturing his secret heartbeats of delight. These words are capturing his delight. I mean, they are full of his delight. His stands for eternal. A marvelous sun looked down from ecstasy skies on worlds of... So he is now describing the transcendental regions, the creation, the lokas. There are people, there are beings there. The transcendental gods are there are beings there, immortal beings. And what they are, it is that description now Savitri is going to witness. Capturing his secret heartbeat, his heartbeats of delight. God's everlasting day surrounded her. So that is the door she has cut. She has gone through the void, now straight into that. God's everlasting day surrounded her. Domains appeared of sempiternal light, invading all nature with the absolute joy. At the end of the book, there is a little alternative for this appeared. Domains were there of sempiternal light. Domains appeared or domains were there of sempiternal light. Were there where? Here in the transcendent. Domains appeared of sempiternal light, invading all nature with an absolute joy. So this is all nature, that is the para-prakriti. It is her world now, not lower creation, not lower prakriti. The absolute joy is there. Her body quivered with eternity's touch. Her soul stood close to the founts of the infinities. Infinity's finite fronts she lived in, knew forever to an everlasting sight. Infinity's finite fronts. You see? This is the process of how the infinite becomes finite. How the transcendent steps into cosmic. How the eternal becomes time, moments. She lived in. Knew forever to an everlasting sight. Now, this everlasting in the revised edition is ever living. What do you have that in the ever living? In the revised edition? Infinity is finite, friends, she lived in new forever to an ever living sight. That is what the revised edition has. What we have got here is everlasting sight. See, possibly that alternative ever living has been chosen by these people to avoid a kind of a clash with lived in. She lived in ever living. See, in fact, that is the clash which will come. If you say ever living, then it will get clash with lived in. So I would prefer to retain this one. You follow? If you say infinity is finite, friends, she lived in forever to an ever-living sight, see, it doesn't go well. That way, everlasting is more appropriate. The only objection to this everlasting could be, but mister, there is an everlasting also here.
But it's too far away.
But this is not unusual in Savitri. It happens very often, and it is sufficiently far away. This everlasting is sufficiently far away from this everlasting. So, I think everlasting is a better choice than ever living to avoid this clash. Now, because infinity is finite, is presenting itself into possibilities, friends, then eternity multiplied. Therefore, is the multiplication, the creation. Eternity multiplied is vast self-look. Look here, look here, look here, look here, look here, look here, look here. You see, vast self-look, translating its endless mightiness and joy into delight souls pleased with time could share. That is how you step into time with joy. Its grandeur in grandeurs ever newborn from the unknown depths, in powers that lived immortal from unknown heights, in power that lived immortal from unknown heights, in scenes of a sweetness that can never fade. In other words, the possibilities which are there in the infinite becoming finite, they are still of luminous kind, of the divine kind. They have not become ignorant, they have not come down into lower grades, you see. Its powers lived immortal from the unknown eye, in passionate heartbeats of an undying love, in scenes of a sweetness that can never fade. Immortal to the rapturous heart and eyes, in serene arches of translucent calm, from wonders dream vast cloudless skies and slid down, an abyss of sapphire, sunlight visited eyes, which suffered without pain the absolute ray and saw immortal clarities of form, So the multiplicities which are really bright, still luminous, that is what is. In other words, the process of multiplication which is taking place in the transcendent. Because everything is in the transcendent world here. All these things. How the new worlds appear in the transcendent, how the new perfections are there. He talks of perfection, no? Perfection so. Saw immortal clarities of twilight and mist were excised from that air, obviously. Night was impossible to such radiant heavens. Because you are already in the everlasting day. Warm in the bosom of immensity, spiritual breaths were seen, sublimely born from a still beauty of creative joy, embodied thoughts of sweet dimensions held, to please some carelessness of divine being, answered the deep demand of an infinite sin, and its need of form to house its bodiless thrill. So this is the creation in the transcendent, multiplicity of a divine kind, but in the transcendent. Then comes next step, a march of universal power in time, stepping into the universal. A march of universal power in time, the harmonic ardor of self's vastitudes in cyclic symmetries and metric planes harbored a cosmic revelry in an endless figuring with a spirit in thing planned by the artist who has dreamed the world. So even while it's coming down into the universal power, still the divinity is present everywhere. Of all the beauty and the marvel here, of all time's intricate variety, eternity with the substance and the source. So that does not go away. Although units are getting formed, finites are getting formed, regions are getting formed, the aspects of infinity and eternity are not absent. Eternity was the substance and the source, not from a plastic mist of matter made. They offered the suggestion of the depths and opened the great series of their powers. Yes, we are all multiple, but with all the divine contents, and we can do this, we can offer like that, you see. So this is the multiplicity of the different worlds. See, in the world of Ananda, the beings are there. In the world of Chitta, the beings are there. In the world of Satta, the beings are there. They are all truth beings. Yet each was an individual. Each one is a finite. And then, so this is what has happening in the transcendent. And again the transcendent arisen beneath a triple mystic heaven. Triple mystic heaven. Triple, of course, from Satchitananda, mystic. So beneath Satchitananda, in the transcendent, the seven immortal earths were seen sublime. So there are seven earths, immortal earths, in the transcendent, under the Satchitananda, in the domain of Satchitananda. The seven immortal earths were seen sublime, homes of the blessed, released from death and sleep. So there is no death there, where grief can never come, nor any pang, arriving from self-loss and seeking world, are the heaven nature's changeless quietude and mighty posture of eternal calm, disposed of ecstasy, immutable. So this is the first character of the seven immortal earths.